New England nearly pulled off the comeback, but this play on fourth down was overturned, being ruled that offensive lineman Cole Strange fell short of the fourth down marker. Shannon, are you surprised they overturned this call?
I am shocked they overturned the call because I see nothing that's inconclusive to definitively say that he was short of the line to gain. But when you go back and look at it, okay, on the field they said first down, Stephen A. How can you look at the replay and say, no, he was short of the line to gain? I don't believe they should have overturned that call.
Maybe they shouldn't have, but they did. And here we are, the day after, the Dolphins eked out another last-minute win to move the record to 2-0. Is it just me, or is the officiating in the NFL the absolute worst? My personal opinion is that NFL games should not come down to the discretion and opinion of the guys wearing the striped shirts. But in this instance, I'm good. Let's take the win. Today, as with all Mondays following Miami Dolphins games, I'm going to continue my series of instant reaction or overreaction, and I'll leave it up to you to decide which one it is. I just gave you my first instant reaction of the game yesterday. I don't like the guys in the striped shirts dictating the outcomes of NFL games whatsoever, especially when they're discretionary judgment calls. My second instant reaction is that the Miami Dolphins don't seem to have their shit together on defense yet. They better get things right in a hurry. They've luckily had to face two teams that are now collectively 0-4, and they pretty much have a bye week playing against Denver next week, who's already 0-2. That means the first three games of the Miami Dolphins season, they are basically playing against teams that have a collective record of 0-6. So now let's get into my reactions.
The good stuff.
The offensive line did another fantastic job. It is obvious at this point that this offensive line that they've put in place, even without Teron Armstead, is much better suited to blocking for the run. Their blocking for Raheem Mostert in the game he had yesterday made the offensive line a top-tier looking offensive line. They did a fantastic job. And with the pass, Tua has attempted 75 passes in the two games, and he's only been sacked one time. So you got to give the offensive line, got to give the big guys up front their applause for that. You can't ask an offensive line to do much better than they've done in these first two games. And again, they did such a great job. Teron Armstead really wasn't missed.
This was the best.
Give the ball to Raheem Mostert and keep giving him the ball. He has hopefully retired the memory of the Dalvin Cook drama and the Jonathan Taylor BS. The guy pumped out 121 yards on 18 carries at a 6.7 yards per carry. You can't expect a running back to do much better than that. 6.7 yards per carry, showed exceptional speed, showed some exceptional shifting when he saw the opening was to the different side. He just did fantastic. Raheem Mostert showed that if Mike McDaniel commits to the run, he can produce. Added to that 121 yards, he also scored 2 touchdowns. Great day for Raheem Mostert and great day for the running game.
Grading the coach.
In my opinion, Mike McDaniel grades out very high once again. I'd give him an actual A-. Why the A-? Because just cut out that end around bullshit. Stop with the end around. Give the ball to Raheem. Give the ball to Salvin Ahmed when he's in. Give the ball to A-Chain. Let these guys get behind that offensive line and grind it out. No more of this end around stuff. That's what's costing you a little bit from an A+ to an A-, but still nonetheless A- with the play calling, some genius play calling at that. I just want you to get comfortable with letting the big fellas up front eat. On the other hand, Vic Fangio again was unimpressive. If it weren't for a questionable call at the end and an amazing, almost ballet-like interception by Xavier Howard, who knows what the outcome would have been. I'm going to upgrade Vic Fangio from a C- last week to a C+ this week. Why? Because he unleashed Alex Van Ginkel, who made us not miss Jalen Phillips not being in the lineup. Fangio has to tighten things up and be more aggressive. Obviously, the Dolphins responded both at the Chargers game and in the Patriots game when they became more aggressive. David Long had a big sack. Alex Van Ginkel played lights out. You got to bring the heat and can't just sit back and be passive until the last 2 minutes of the game. If the Dolphins truly want to be playoff or championship contenders, they've got to get better on defense.
My offensive player of the game.
My offensive player of the game, that's pretty obvious. That's Raheem Mostert. 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 6.7 yards per carry. You can't ask for much more than that. I just want you to take a second and imagine this. Imagine waking up every single day of the offseason and hearing another rumor about you being replaced with another running back. First it was DeAndre Swift. Then it was the Dalvin Cook drama, and then having to train at a field where Dalvin Cook was there and getting so much attention, and then the Jonathan Taylor stuff, and then you keep your mind about you keep your head about you, and even say it'd be great to have another running back in a room. You look so confident, you look like such a great guy, and then you get your chance, and what do? You go out there and get 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 6.7 yards per carry. That tells everyone, shut the hell up. I can make this happen. You are an elite back, and this week you are the offensive player of the game.
My defensive player of the game.
My defensive player of the game is Alex Van Ginkel. AVG played lights out, made us not even worry about having Jalen Phillips in the lineup. He did fantastic. There were some other deserving players out there. Obviously, Javon Howland played lights out. Xavier Howard had that acrobatic interception. But AVG was unleashed, and he made us not worry about not having Jalen Phillips in the lineup.
This was bad.
Connor Williams and Tua Tagovailoa, you need to spend some extra time, go off to the side, and get these quarterback center exchanges down pat. There's no excuse for what's been happening. Connor, you're having a problem with shotgun snaps, and Tua, you're having a problem getting your hands under Connor's ass and pulling that ball out. You guys have to work this out. In 2 games, Tua has had as many fumbles as he's had touchdown passes. That's inexcusable. The center quarterback exchange is something that should be automatic. There shouldn't be any problem, especially at the level these guys are playing at. And for some reason, they can't get their exchanges put together. You guys got to spend some extra time, sit there, work on the snaps, do whatever you need to do, but you got to fix this, because although Tua has not been losing most of the fumbles at this point, I think he's only lost 1. You don't want this to continue. We don't need snaps over Tua's heads. We don't need Tua dropping the ball when he's trying to get up from underneath Connor's legs. You got to fix the center quarterback exchange, and there's no room for error. You got to get it done, period. Inexcusable. You simply can't average 2 fumbles per game at the center quarterback exchange. Can't have it. It doesn't get any more basic in football than the QB center exchange. Fix it.
This was really bad.
It's the special teams. You had a field goal blocked, albeit in a crazy formation that I've never ever seen in football, never even knew it was legal. And then on another attempt, this one for the 55-yarder, the same formation the Patriots used prior when they blocked the field goal, they used it again, and there was no adjustment by the special teams, none whatsoever. And I think the fact that the first one got blocked caused Jason Sanders to have an off-timed kick, or something was wrong, and he blew the 55-yarder. 55 yards is a long field goal, but we know that Jason Sanders has the leg to make it. So whatever happened, you got to get that fixed, especially if the Miami Dolphins are going to continue to be in close games every single week. You got to fix the special teams. Can't have inconsistencies like we've had over the last 2 weeks. That's my reaction to the game. Am I overreacting? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. And don't forget to join me tomorrow live for Tua Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m. But gotta let me know what you think about my reactions to the game. Talk to you soon. Fins up.
Is anybody catching on to this Barry guy?